Okay, so it's just we're talking about like the soul and energy, and kind of like gives a better analogy of kind of how to think about it. Um, okay, so it says the soul is the functioning machinery, if you will. The energy would be the fuel that feeds the soul. The soul is a spark, a fragment of the original one soul. For all at one time were simply whole and together. And what you call the beginning of creation, this whole was splintered, and each of you cast off to begin experience different identities. This is what you call the time of the fall, where the knowledge was lost and the consciousness turned down toward the earth. And these higher energy planes were disregarded. So there was a fall from the higher planes to the lower planes. So that was just kind of a synopsis of that. And I literally was just reading this book, The Akashic Records. I don't know if, I think I've put it on my group before,
Nice.
but it's Master Your Life and Raise Your Vibration by Melissa Freak. But she was just talking about the lower planes and how to like transcend those. And the lower planes are referred to the physical, emotional, and mental planes. And we're obviously in the physical, we know that very well. And just kind of learning to understand that it's not in a linear progression, but like ripple effect almost. It's like round circle. So every plane is within the other plane, essentially.
Yeah.
But we're physical here. We're like the densest of the dense, of course, very slow. And we're here to try to, create that, not create, shatter that illusion so we can then get in touch with the emotional. And this is my favorite part of learning about this. Once you get to the emotional plane and any other plane after that, that's when the collective consciousness, like the group soul consciousness is, like where it's a accumulation of all of our thoughts and emotions. And that's, I don't know, I just always love the idea of the group soul, how we are just that oneness, and just having that, I don't know, just having a thought and then knowing that it's your thought, but you gave that, that oneness of just the ebb and flow of our thoughts and emotions, I just think is so amazing and beautiful. I just wanted to share that.
That's beautiful.
On our
way. We are. And it's really interesting how information gets, like, let's say dropped for us, and all around the world a bunch of people will come up with this original idea. Meanwhile, it's it's not your idea, it's like everybody's idea technically, right? And it's interesting, like all at the same time, everybody, like there was stuff that I think Albert Einstein that came out with something that a couple of people around the world at the same time also came out with, for example. And it's interesting. Yeah, whenever you pick up an idea, make sure you do something with it, because if you won't, somebody else is gonna take advantage of it.
I was gonna say that. It really is.
So true. Yeah. Go on.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So I had this idea the other day. When was it? Yesterday, or again, time. So because of my weird state that I was in, I was like thinking what the ego was, and I was just like, it's interesting. Like, so the thought that came up to me was the ego is a combination of the emotional and mental body. It was and it rang true to me. Just what was going through my head. I was like, so it's an unhealthy ego if the emotions are, I guess the emotions, if there's like trauma lodged in there, so it's basically the combination of the two. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know, but that's what it felt true to me when I was thinking about it. Just kind of wanted to share with you guys. Yeah. Because like, what is the ego? Like we don't really know, right? What is it? It's just there, and it's like hiding, and depending on how aware the person is, like some people are not aware of it. Oh, and something that I actually did a clip about this. Basically, if a person says I don't have an ego, what that means is I'm not very aware. I'm not aware that I have an ego. And that's technically, in my opinion, a dangerous thing. You're not aware of yourself. You're not aware of what you're doing, chances are you're very proud of yourself for not having an ego, right? And you're just doing all these things because you're holy, you know, your holiness, you know. Be careful, this whole I don't have an ego thing. Who doesn't have an ego? I have an ego. It's what helps me get from point A to point B. We're in this physical realm. For example, my name's Natasha. I have brown hair. You know, like this identification, you know? Like,
for sure.
yeah.
But then some people put too much emphasis on the ego. Like I had to just, when I done my ayahuasca trip, I had this feeling of the ego, and it was massive. So I've had to work through all of this stuff to kind of reduce the ego down, so to speak. I love my ego. You've got to love every part of you.
Exactly.
And I need my ego sometimes to push me through so I can do things like this.
Exactly.
And my show and drop my little words of wisdom every day. Otherwise, you know, if you haven't got an ego, I don't know. I feel like it's my little drive. I don't let it take over me.
Exactly.
And then also as well, it comes up at times where you need to look at yourself. So it's showing you something as well. So you've got to work on. So yeah, the ego's needed. It's all about balance in life, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Being energy beings in the physical body, we do need something like physical to be like, hey, wake up, hello, like this is something that's happening like physically in your life. So it's like kind of like triggers almost your ascension in a way, or a little bit like that kind of.
Yeah. We wouldn't get anything done if we didn't have any. Like we'd just be a blob. Like.
Yeah. I would call them NPCs. They're not really playing the game. They're just there. You know, you've got to have a bit of.
What do you guys think about that? By the way, I'm still. I don't know about that whole.
Or NPCs. Well, I can see them all around me. They're wearing masks and they're taking the vaccine and they're doing all sorts of things. So they're just walking around like soulless beings, to be honest. And then they get this thing. Sometimes people wake up, but then it's too late, you know. It's too late. So I think, and the thing is, they've always been there, but this whole thing has really highlighted who people really are. And I'm shocked with humanity, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that it would be more kind of warrior, kind of, no, I'm not going to wear the mask, and no, you're not going to shut down our businesses, you're not going to make us go broke. I took it, and it's like, oh wow. And I had to just sit back and look at myself and think, wow, I'm in danger here, because I never realized there was so many people who didn't love life.
Right. Or doubting and just living in fear, really.
Yeah. I mean, has Gaia ever let us down? The sun has always risen in the sky. Even if the sky is a different color, the sun is always there. The moon is always there. They never let us down. So what makes you think that there's, you know, an incurable, you know, I don't know. I was just very shocked with humanity. That's why I have to send out those messages, because I know a lot of people must be feeling like me too.
Absolutely. That's the majority of, I feel like, what the agenda is trying to kind of initiate here. So having the trust in yourself and understanding that the ascension is going to take care of itself. The upward spiral of light is just nonstop. I mean, you cannot stop it. We are on this like quantum speeds, as we know, just like through space and time right now. If something is going to like collapse or fall, it's because it needs to in order to make this shift and change. So just letting it flow and trusting is really the best way to go about it. It's obviously surrounding us in news and everything, but of course you don't have to watch that. We have our where our choice comes in and free will.
Yeah.
Also, you have a choice who you surround yourself with.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I believe that in the end, good will win. So I'm not worried. You know, everybody's running around worried. I'm not worried. I'm good. I'm like, not how I'm vibing. That's not happening to me. It's not that I'm not it's not that I'm not that I'm not grounded, not that I'm not aware of reality. I know what's going on. I see it. I know the possibility. I understand the timelines. At the same time, I'm not in the place. If things worse comes to worse, I prepared. I have food stored away. I'm gonna be good. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be good. I got my home. I can breathe. I have food. We're good.
Yeah. And that's how I feel. Like whatever they're saying has never really affected me in my life before. So I'm not going to let it even start to affect me now. You know, they said they want to cut off food. Okay, fine. I don't need your food. I'll grow my own food. There's YouTube and so many different videos on how to grow food from seed. And that's it. And if you can't
prepared, yes. I also have a bunch of seeds in my fridge, just a bunch
of seeds. And now I'm looking at free energy devices. Like I said to like my man the other day, we should start telling people about our dreams now, because they need something positive to look forward to, because this is all doom and gloom and glum and bleh. But in my world, I'm just learning as much as I can about growing food, making wine, because I like to drink wine, and then we're going to try and make beer, and then, you know, we're just doing what we can to create the free energy device, and then we're going to help people build their own energy devices, you know, so it'll power their home and it'll be easy to hook up, because these people think that we're silly and we can't do this stuff, but we can. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have been doing this for years, and they're just telling us how to do it. So the way I see it is, okay, you want to take away the petrol and all of that. Okay, we'll buy bikes. We'll just do what we need to do. We don't need to fly on your aeroplanes at the minute. Actually, I don't trust your aeroplanes to be flying with you guys at the moment. So I'm good. And I'm just living with the Most High and just in my divine self, because there's no other way to be.
Yeah, if anything, it like almost forces you to get more into your roots and get in touch with yourself and what really is important, and like more detaching from this illusion. It's like, I don't know, if you're aware of it and you know that it's going on and you make the choices to take the higher route, then I mean, that's then you
win. Always, we always. Yeah,
we got this, guys. We got this. You know, and those like us, you know, we're gonna continue to reconnect more and more, finding our tribe more and more.
Yeah,
we're good.
We already have. I mean, the people we're meeting on Telegram, I have to say, Telegram is a really good platform to meet people like us, because you know, we're in good groups that are into things like free energy. Then you've got another group that's into growing, then another one who's into health and frequencies, and just there's so much there that we're healing ourselves. We don't need the hospitals or the doctors or the nurses anymore, really.
Right.
Just to show us certain things, but most of the time, the daily upkeep of the human being is just
it's about the upkeep. Yep. There won't be any problems if you keep take care of yourself throughout.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how people have gone into fear, thinking they have to rely on things, and like, no, just let it all go. See what happens. That's what I say. You know.
Yeah, you're never handed more than you can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing this. We're learning this now.
Yeah.
Oh, and hi.
The thing is, right, the more they throw at us, the higher we vibrate, because what they don't understand is we know what you've done to us. So now we've cried, we've shed our tears, we're releasing now properly, and now we've got into a state where we can be in that state of love, even though we know all this stuff, because we know
integrated the shadow of the external, and now that we're integrated it, all right, I'm a rock for those that need help.
That's right. Yeah.
We integrate our own shadows, the internal and then the external. Now we're good.
Yeah.
We got this.
We've got this.
Not saying we're perfect. We're not saying we're perfect.
No such thing.
No. But we've got this. Because no matter what they throw at us now, I feel like we're one step ahead. And I can say that publicly. We are one step ahead of you, scumbag elites. And we always will be now. That's it. We've got the love behind us.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Of course.
Yeah.
They can't. We're too strong. Keep going. That's what I say sometimes. Do you know what? Let's see. Oh, you done that. That's funny. Let's see what they're going to do now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hey, baby. I love dogs. Yeah, it's interesting, like how this has been predicted basically all throughout the ages. The revelation in the Bible, the Mayans, just all over the world. Just they talked about this time. How special is this that we get to experience it and make a difference?
Yeah.
I know. I always think about that too. How exciting to choose to be here at this time and be a part of this shift. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
What's there to fear? There's so much new excitement going on.
Right. Yeah. And from my understanding, like this, like what's going on here is just like so big. It's like, basically just from my understanding, we are in the universe, we are the confused spot or the darkness spot, right? Just like everything that's going on. And as everything gets lifted up, we finally get rid of that, once we're over this hump, we get rid of that cancerous spot, let's call it, right? That is our current situation. And so the universe will no longer have that dark spot. So everything could just evolve, next up.
Yeah. And how you obliterate that dark spot is with light, honestly. I mean, anything that you do, like with free energy technology, when you really get down to it and taking like malignant dead cells, you just blast it with light of high frequency, there's no more dead cells, aka cancer. So light is source, that is energy, that is prana, that is chi, that is life. And so the brighter and more pure that light, when in doubt, just envision light. I mean, I had a really cool example of how to envision that light. It was like filaments of smoke, but the smoke is of light, and these filaments are within all of your cells, essentially. So you're like this smoky light filament body by every cell, and you're just like radiating this light through the pillar coming down. It's just like an amazing vision to have. You get warm and tingly when you feel that. You can feel that activating. Light is everything. You could talk about light forever. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like how our bodies are changing, and that I think, from my understanding, this is also like a never before happening thing that has happened, where the physical body is being like changed, so you're kind of going from carbon based to crystalline based, and that's just like, it's hard, it's rough, it's painful. You feel you feel all kinds of things. It hurts. You feel like you're losing your mind.
Yeah.
Does he have a blanket on him?
She only lays down if there's a blanket over her, because then she gets back up, so it has to be perfect. I'm sorry.
Good.
Yeah, sometimes I do feel like I'm losing my mind. I say things and forget I've said them. Then my son will be like, "You did say that, Mom." Like, no.
Same. My memory, my gosh. I think it's just like all these I don't know, updates and rewiring. Who knows?
Yeah. More emotional plane, less physical, no time and space, just all in one.
Supposedly we're turning from matter to antimatter, which is what, light, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what that is.
Also carbon to crystalline idea as well.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, definitely painful. Holy crap.
Literally, you have the rock and you're squeezing it so tight till it bursts. That's like what we're going through to turn into our crystal.
Yep.
Pressure.
All that pressure.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've realized I just like being in my own space around my own people. It's like just my bubble and I'm good.
Yes.
I don't need to go out too often. Yeah, only to the woods and stuff like that. But for shopping and stuff, no, I try and just, you know, save my energy because it is so intense.
Mm-hmm.
And even it's not even there, and it's like even when you're getting the downloads, you could be walking down the street and you'll be getting a bunch of downloads and you'll be like, not right now. It's a much for right now. So it's like everything coming to, oh wow. It's funny.
Yeah, and my body has this way of adjusting. I'll just be so overwhelmed. So if I don't have a chance to go and rest and recharge my battery, recoup, I'll become numb. So that's my body's way of dealing. It's a survival mechanism or whatever. But it's okay. It doesn't happen very often. I end up getting back to my, make sure I get some rest, recoup, and then I'm wake up brand spanking new the next day.
There we go.
So you just zone out for a while then?
I just kind of go with the motion, through the motions, if I'm overwhelmed and I can't rest, something's going on. I mean, it doesn't really happen often anymore, or almost at all, because, we have so much time, to rest now. We do something, rest, do something, rest.
Yes.
Love it. Our own schedule.
Good. Well done. Because we need our rest. I keep saying to everyone, we need to rest, We need to rest and eat good food because, we're getting heart palpitations, we're getting dizzy, spinning, then you feel like you're going to throw up. And it's just like, this morning, I just felt like I'd just been in a washing machine or something. I just woke up.
Yeah, I'm hearing, there's a lot of people experiencing stomach stuff, nausea. Yeah. Yeah.
It was intense today.
It's interesting that there's not much happening on the Schumann resonance.
They've turned it off, haven't they?
Yeah, it was. It went back on. I think the day before yesterday, around 11 p.m. So basically, I would say a day and a half ago, went back on. Yeah, but there's nothing going on. It's just it's like lines, but they're very low amplitude.
And I think I've been noticing more linear lines more than normal, instead of just the huge amplitude spurts, but just the constant stream of that linear line. I don't know what that is equivalent to, but it seems like a slightly different pattern than what it has been.
Interesting you mentioned that. So from my understanding, the frequency of fear is 19 hertz, and that's where the line is for the last many weeks. And I haven't wanted to bring it up because I don't want to I try to watch myself to not send people into panic. I don't want people extra fear. I just don't like this whole, fear thing. I don't like pushing it, but sometimes you got to talk about it once in a blue, right? But so on the chart for several weeks now, for probably over a month now, just steady 19 hertz, just that line that you see in the middle.
Wow.
It's an anxiety, fear.
Yeah, I definitely.
That's bad.
Crazy. I don't know if they're pumping fear into what's going on, or the Schumann resonance is just picking up the energies of humans, and it's just the steady fear.
Yeah, I could see that really correlating to the mandate right now, where we
Exactly.
are everyone contemplating whether or not they can do with the job they're in, or can they afford to do something else. And I feel like it's really bringing out a lot of the like entrepreneur within us, where we
Mm,
are just like, forget the man, we're just going to do our own thing, create our own thing. We don't need a middleman, and we can still live this materialistic life that we're kind of forced to be in, obviously, for physical beings, but we don't
Right.
need to be a part of the masks and the mandates and the blah blah blah, all that, because it's almost like um, it really is. It's almost like forcing us to kind of think outside the box to create something new. And it's like these digital warriors within us coming out and creating content and making a living with it. So I don't know. There's a lot of
Yeah.
really exciting things going on that should not be fear based, but instead shifting to the new, which
Yeah.
is, I think, very exciting right now.
Yeah. I
yeah.
love this whole being able to connect online thing. It saves. I know some people love the whole in-person thing, but I love this because you get more things done. You're subtracting time and space. You know, like the travel takes time. You know, the moving through space takes time. So we're kind of cutting that out. I like that, which is interesting because as we're moving into to higher frequencies, like, you know, like moving into higher frequencies, the time and space is removed supposedly. So it's interesting, the correlation. Like,
Yeah.
we're subtracting time and space with this. For example, I like to go shopping online for food. Again, I'm subtracting time and space, so my time is saved. My, you know, me not traveling.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Matches with the quantum speeds. We needs to keep up with our quick thoughts and everything. We got more.
Absolutely.
We got more to put out. We got more to put out. It's just
Yeah.
like constantly.
And because of all these high energies, I feel like that's another big reason why we need to rest even extra, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Traveling business, no.
No. And I've just got this craving for knowledge. So I'm just looking at Tartaria, anything to do with building the book. I've just gone crazy.
I love that you mentioned that. I've been curious about it too. And then I kind of decided, because so much is convoluted when it comes to everything. And that knowledge was so hidden. I'm just like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like this connection to this knowledge. So I feel like eventually when it's time, proper knowledge will come out and I'll know this is it.
Well, it is
unless
so
you got some good stuff.
It's so interesting because Tartaria is linked to the Lemurians. So it's like,
I did not know that.
Yeah, and look, you've got your Lemurian seed, so maybe synchronicities. And the thing is, I've started this group on Telegram that we just do like Tartaria and old world stuff. So I'll add you to it, and we just learn from each other. There's loads of info and pictures and just stuff of the old world that they've hidden from us.
Yeah, and I've been dying to get information.
What do you got? There's so much good stuff.
Did I show you this tarot cards that I got? It is okay. I can't even tell you how amazing this experience has been for me, because Izzy Ivy, this author, who the guidebook that she has, she talks about kind of when she was making this, putting everything together. She actually went to Mount Shasta and got a bunch of insight, and there's a whole chapter on Mount Shasta in here. And he was saying that the visuals for the cards, like for each picture on there, the codes and information within each one is literally supposed to be activating in itself, relating to each thing. And I can't tell you, when I look at these cards, I can like be looking at them forever, and there's definitely some hidden codes in there, and I can dream about it later. It's like so profound and amazing. I almost want to get one of them tattooed on me, because it's like bringing out all this information. I feel like when we correlate those, just, what's the word, the symbols that trigger things subconsciously, subliminal messages. When you use subliminal messages, whether we're speaking or not, the information is coming through, and we can awaken others whether or not we're speaking. So I really, the symbolism idea.
Yes, planting the seeds.
Yes, exactly. Just more here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, some of the beings in there I'm really resonating with. I'm like, I swear, I was Lemurian for one. I know that, but I may have been one of these beings or something. But yeah,
Deep connection.
real. Yeah, I had to share that.
Beautiful.
Do any of you girls do the light language? Can you do the light language?
How about you, Nicole?
I don't do it, but I'm trying to learn more and know what the symbols are and things like that, but I'm not fluent or anything like that, that's for sure.
Yeah, same. So a couple of months ago, I did a what is it called, a master key thingy. Basically it's this guided meditation that you go into a room and then you go into, like, it's this layer upon layer thing, and so you gain that inside of you. So the next day I kind of allowed myself to do it, and I was able to do it, but I'm not in a place where I'm confident that, supposedly if it goes naturally, it is light language, but I'm still not completely confident. I don't feel it. I don't know. I just need more time to adjust, I think. So maybe.
Yeah, I think we can
Not
all
sure.
do it. I think we
Yeah.
could. Yeah, because I've done it.
So it's just frequency, right? That's it.
And it's really funny because once you start, it's like something opens up and then well, for me anyway, I start channeling. I suppose that's how people do it.
Yeah.
But when I first started doing it, it was so weird because I felt funny, like, no, and then it just started to flow. Then I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And then you feel it afterwards because you're laughing and having a big conversation with the light language.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like click tonguing maybe.
Yeah, to me, like I said, I feel like it's frequency, and you know, there's just so much information within that, you know, and I feel like just by kind of being authentic and speaking with our voice, you know, with our authentic self, and like, let's even say, like, I'm hanging out with my cat and I'm just like really, like, you know, using the really high voice, or let's say if I even sing or whatever, there's definitely some kind of codes in that, you know, once you're in touch with yourself and with the divinity, you know, there's definitely something that flows to those that are around you that are benefiting. Like, just speaking is healing to people, or singing.
Yeah, that tone, the frequency. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I love frequencies and music. It's amazing. It just makes you feel so uplifted. The right kind of music, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Emoto's experiment with the water and how different.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It really is. I mean, we're water, so that's what it's doing to us. That's how we're feeling. That's how we're looking. That's how we're interacting. It's all shifting to the physical.
Yeah. It's interesting. Is water what holds consciousness?
There are so many mysteries of water.
It does.
Like, because we're water beings. Is that what's holding the consciousness? There's something other than we have a lot of water. There's something, I forget which part of your brain, but there's like, it's basically all water. And I'm just like, is water what is holding the consciousness? It's just like a thought that me and a bunch of others were discussing one day. Just like, is that what's holding the consciousness? You know?
Yeah.
So like, we're thinking our physical body is, but it's probably just the water.
Yeah.
I can relate with that. Yeah. In our pineal gland, sitting in that fluid, like the piezoelectric.
Exactly.
And you just, like, when you are able to align your chakras and everything, raise the kundalini, and you can, that's when I guess the silicone to crystalline idea comes in, and you activate that piezoelectric crystal, literally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I really like that example too. Water is everything.
Yeah, like our blood is water. It's
Yeah.
We're created in water.
exactly. Yes,
Oh,
everything.
yes. I learned in this documentary of Mysteries of Water, it even has, they did an experiment where someone would drop the water onto the slides that they were going to be looking at, but the water would even remember who it was that was dropping. That person had a pattern. So even though someone else
Wow.
was dropping it, it would look different because of the pattern, the frequency they're giving off. And it remembers that too. So even when
Wow.
you come into contact with that water later, you have that connection because it remembers you. It like has that memory and that connection. It's
That's
so
interesting.
very interesting.
Wow. Connects to that hypothesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's-
feel that water is consciousness because you can program water just like a crystal.
Yeah.
And also, you can't reproduce water. They don't know how to reproduce water. Water is just water.
Really?
Wow.
I never actually thought about this. I have no idea.
Sure.
Right?
That perspective.
You can't reproduce water. It's water.
Yeah.
You
Like
can't put
every
the elements together.
can't do that.
I have no idea. That I don't know.
It's H2O. That's it.
So I guess we got to clean all our water now. More of that going to these dirty water places and just working on cleansing water.
Yeah.
That's all we got, I guess, but at least we got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Got to clean our waters.
You've got to clean the waters. And the water's cleansing as well. So Gaia's cleansing and just, wow.
Mhm.
It's all about the water. They say, watch the water.
I'm
funny.
looking forward to finding out what this means.
But watch the water. Just got to watch the water. That's how I take it.
What do you guys mean? That could be taken in so many ways. What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, there's lots of floods. We could watch that. It's what they do to the water. We could watch that.
Mhm.
Don't know. We are water. Maybe we should watch our flow.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we could look at it in lots of different analogies. Doing what you're doing and putting crystals in water when we drink. And if you are able to live next to a spring water and being able to get your own water and being able to meditate on it, I feel like that's good instead of just going through and buying water or whatever it is, or not, because we can't really trust obviously right now what's in our water unless maybe we do our crystal or meditation on it prior to.
Yeah. Do you guys use any filter or anything for your water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or do you do bottle?
Now I've got what is it, a carbon filter on my fridge, so you just get it straight and then it filters through the carbon, which is a good one actually, I found out.
Okay. I got myself
Carbon's really good.
What?
No, carbon's excellent for cleaning water.
Yeah. I got myself something called the Berkey.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's great.
Yep, I've heard amazing things.
Like you could mix paint watercolor or something to dye the water and put it through the Berkey. It'll come out clear.
Wow,
that's interesting. Yeah,
I have heard that. Yeah,
like they claim everything gets cleared out.
Yeah, that's what you need.
so it's better than a what's those things called? Distiller.
Yes. Supposedly distillers are not good, and this is, long story short, this is info from like higher realm kind of situation. So supposedly, like, there's, I don't remember the actual details. Maybe there's no, I don't know if it's no life. I don't remember the actual details. I just remember like, oh, okay, no distill for me.
That sounds vaguely familiar to me too, and hearing more about reverse osmosis water being very good.
Yeah, and I think even that was just like, it's okay.
Yeah,
like you want like live water, like still minerals. Just make sure it's very well filtered.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I make sure.
How about you, Nicole? Do you use any?
I drink kind of both half and half. We have a filter in our fridge as well as bottled water occasionally, but then I feel bad about my plastic, so then I got my bottle, so I'm trying to do what I can.
Yeah. Yeah, the Berkey is not expensive. So it's very, like, compared to some of the machines, you know?
Yeah.
So it's in my opinion, it's a very good investment. Also, like, you never know, what if something is done to our water? I feel kind of safe with my filter.
Well, considering Mr. I don't even want to say his name, BG, Mr. I don't even want to say it, Gates. Yeah, he now officially owns the most acreage in farming in all of the US. So we've really got to watch it. I saw some future agenda stuff, and I think that's part of it. But again, just trusting ourselves and what you have and what you know, and that's, you can trust that.
Yeah, I feel very comfortable with this filter machine. I have a bunch of water bottles because, you know, like, you never know. Just being prepared. That way I'm not worried. That way there's nothing hanging over my head.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where I'm trying to like take all all toxins away. So like looking into making my own shampoos and conditioners and makeups and making my own soaps and stuff like that. So I can just cut everything. I don't trust any labels these days, regardless of however many ingredients they say on there. I just want to get to the basics.
Yeah, you're so right. I was in this at this I was visiting California after, well, LA, after I was in Mount Shasta, and I wound up in this I think they called it conscious market. So basically a bunch of you know, tents or whatever you want to call them that they put up on this street, and they were selling conscious products. The one that really got my attention was, speaking of shampoos, is a bar that looks like a soap bar, but it's shampoo, and it's made with all these very pure ingredients. I tried it; it's fine. I'm like, okay, don't need to be fancy.
Yeah, no, really. I saw an advertisement for a Shungai bar of soap, and I was like, I need that.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! I love Shungai so much. I love like. I usually wear a necklace. Like, I just for shampoo. Oh my god, yes.
Wow.
I gotta find that.
Amazing.
Even
well,
like
for me, I use just simple things. I buy coconut oil. So just simple coconut oil from the shop. Or I go to, like, over in, because I'm in the UK, they have like these African shops and West Indian shops and Asian shops. And they sell like shea butter. But they'll sell the shea butter raw in a clump, like big like this. But just like £1, $1, as you would.
Ooh.
You just put it all, it's just a moisturizer. You put it all over your skin and
you
stuff.
Can buy that in bulk and sell it over to the States.
Right.
Right.
I should do that because it's so cheap, and they just cut it up. It's come straight from Ghana. They just cut it off the block and then wrap it up in the thing and then give it to you. So we'll get it like that, yeah. Don't you guys have things like that then over there?
Yeah,
not that
raw.
Ah,
yeah.
Whole. I don't know, pure.
Yeah.
Everything I feel like is cut and filtered.
Exactly. Stretched out.
Yeah, very stretched.
Yeah, but no quality. Yeah, I've never really been able to wear regular lip balms. So I've been for years now making my own. I experimented with a couple of recipes. The last one that I tried, beeswax, raw honey, coconut oil. I feel like I'm missing something. Definitely a little lavender oil. I think a couple of drops of peppermint oil. But I feel like I'm missing a main ingredient. Maybe not. Maybe it's just those 3 main ones. But the trick is to make sure you really, really melt the beeswax before you put everything else in. and make sure the fragrance stuff you put at the very, very end. And there's also like, it's just so little, it's a little complex. So I just heard recently, somebody told me, because I was telling them that the honey was separating from, like, some of the lip balms were fine and some of them were like, the honey was a little separate. So the trick to making sure it's all kind of together is vitamin E. It's all out there and it's the best. And it doesn't cost almost anything. It's great.
To make things work, you need something else natural to make the,
Right.
it's just so cool.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure the beeswax is really melted. When you think it's melted, it's not melted yet. Like, I'm learning, so next batch should be better.
Yeah.
I really like that ingredient list. It's just like, and it's like kind of, there's like sweetness to it. I really enjoy it.
That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Yeah,
right. We're making magic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I haven't made the switch yet. I'm waiting to have my regular soap bars. They're good soap bars, but they're still not the really, really natural stuff. I wanna start doing the really, really natural, like people that I know making soap kind of thing. That's what I want to move into.
Nice.
We all kind of have similar ideas. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
The collective.
This conscious market had what is it called? What is it called? when you
Floss?
Thank you. Gosh. So this charcoal floss.
Oh, charcoal. Cool.
Isn't that interesting? Get the little, little spot that we can't get.
Mm-hmm. That's very nice.
I love these ideas.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yeah. I love it.
That is so cool.
See
how inventive we are. We don't need those things.
No.
We've got each other and we're amazing.
That's right.
Coming back to nature, baby.
That's right. And it's so cool. We feel better and we're happier when we're making stuff anyway. It does something to our brain being all creative. So yeah, this is fun. Thank you for the lockdown. Thank you for it all. We're so super great.
I feel the same way. As messed up as that sounds, I love that people are waking up. I love that I got to have a break from the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Got some space because I was reaching a point where my physical body, plus I think it was just the energies coming in and me being really sensitive and just really having a hard time with them. But I think that was only part of it. My health was really starting to decline. I guess, toxicity, heavy metal stuff, among some other stuff. Long story short, I got to clear out my system. I did a food detox. Basically, long story short, I healed my body with fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Mm-hmm. I got that space. To kind of rest, heal, give my body what it needs. And I'm functioning now because I was breaking down. I'm functioning now and I'm like on all levels and I'm able to start to I'm getting things done. I'm reset. I'm back. I was not okay.
Yeah, that's been.
And again, everybody's like waking up, and while it was really, really rough, going through the experience of watching people, just not see things how you see them. And, at certain points, it's like, is it me? It was rough. It was rough, but people are waking up little by little and everything's falling just so it could be rebuilt. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for this time as well.
Yeah.
It's been so cool.
Yeah, I was not happy. It was too hard. I couldn't do it anymore.
Person before everything happened. It didn't give me the time and space to even think creatively or think motivating. I like didn't even know that I could be doing, these kind of group conversations with you, lovely ladies. I mean,
Right?
came into my life in this time, like something where
Yeah.
come together in this time and understand what's important and how to create that. I sing that all over right now.
Yeah. I'm feeling really grateful for like everybody's finding each other, like attracts like, and yeah, we get a restart, and we get to start living our life.
Yeah.
We're here. We're
Yeah.
living.
Ideas I don't even know what to do.
I
Yeah.
know. It's like, where do we begin? Let's just begin here. That's it.
It doesn't matter where you're standing.
No.
That's the right place.
And even on this Zoom, it's lovely speaking to you guys, because I would have never seen you in real life. And now it feels like you guys are my family now. And you're halfway across the world, but it's fine, because we will meet up soon. And that's what this is about, connecting us back to the one, to each other.
Exactly.
And I'm sure we probably already hang out on, a third plane or wherever,
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, maybe we're fighting some entities or whatever, clearing the world of darkness. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so true.
That's awesome. All right. Well, should we kind of wrap it up, and maybe, I don't know, should we do like a prayer or meditation or something to kind of ground us a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe we could all say a little thing like we did that one time. I thought that went really well.
Sounds good.
Resonates.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can start. So as we come into our bodies and understand that we are an energy soul of a bright light from our source that we refer to as God or as source or as whatever is comfortable with you, that is you. And when we remember our connection, the mission comes through very clear as to what we need to be doing in this physical incarnation. Let your thoughts and emotions guide you, as they are our tools in this physical. Remember that light is what you are, and when we activate this light, you become closer to that source and that all-knowingness, and you are loved and safe and guided. Thank you.
And remember always to make sure that you're grounded every day, preferably in the morning, but whenever it works for you. Envision light coming from your root chakra, going deep into the earth, traveling down towards the center, and connecting to the crystalline grid that is in the very middle. And perhaps you could even feel what it feels like in your heart to be connected to Mother Earth, to her heart. How fulfilling it could be. And maybe you could even feel how much she loves you, as well as share how much you love her. And this connection will really, really change your entire day. You'll feel more stable and grounded, connected and capable and strong and powerful. Aho.
When we rise, we greet the day with a smile. and give thanks that she's shown up for us. Let's take a walk into the green fields and lay down and feel the wonderful sun shining on our face. And lie there with your inner child smiling and just feeling the warmth of the sun. We are always, always, always held by our Mother Gaia. We are always here and collecting our gifts every day. So let's just hold Gaia in our hearts and give thanks and help her through these times. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Let us take a deep breath in together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Thank you, guys. I love you all. I'm feeling your love.
I love you too. Thank you.
Love you. Mwah.
It's been amazing. We're going to do it again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Soul Fam.
Thank you, Soul Fam. See you soon.
Yes.